Hey, hey, get it, hey, hey. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. Now I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the princess of a town called Port-au-Prince. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, mountains of Port-au-Prince.
Born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days.
Yay! Shooting some people on silence with a couple of guys. They were up to my guys. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight. My mom got scared. So you moved
to a plane to go to New York.
On a bright summer day, you made your way to Florida. And now here we are.
Here we are.
Good intentions. Hey, hey, no, hey, 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 hey. Keep it going.
Go ahead. G-Money
hey,
the beat.
Hey, my name is Gidna, and I'm the best. All the DJs want to fill my breast because they looking all sissy and saying all of it. Hey. Bet you ain't know I could rap. I
wasn't ready. Wait, pause.
They perky, okay? Leave me alone.
Wow. What a great way to welcome y'all back to another episode of the Good Intentions Podcast. It's your girl, Cassy.
And it's your girl, Giddy.
Wow. I hope you guys had a very good week or weekend whenever you're listening to this. So today we're going to talk about our origin story, where we come from, how did we get here, how did we go?
All right.
This is a silly episode. We just want y'all to get to know us so, you're so comfortable with us.
Yes, we are being ourselves today.
Our authentic self.
I was going to say that word, but I be stuttering. So
that Geico commercial should have been quicker. You should have been quicker than that.
No, I didn't want to be quicker. I knew I was going to fuck it up.
if you say it with enough confidence, because y'all know I don't speak this English.
It would still be fucked up.
And child, you got to keep on.
Yeah, so Cassie, start for us, please.
Okay, so here I go. My name is Cassie, short for something else. But I was born and raised in Haiti. I came here when I was 10. And let me tell you, one of my biggest pet peeve is when people are like, oh, I didn't know you were born in Haiti. I didn't think you were born in Haiti. You don't have an accent. This is pure Haitian, 100%.
Natif Natal.
Natif Natal.
Oui.
Okay?
Oui. Et puis that's it.
That's it. Nothing else. So I came here when I was 10, and I came here in middle school. Wow.
Good job.
Girl, what a tough age.
Yeah, kids are so mean at that point.
But I think what worked for me is I didn't speak any English. So if I was getting bullied, I did not
You didn't understand.
Okay.
Look at this bateau. Look at this boat.
I've been like, yeah, boat. I know, boat. So I think that worked really well in my favor. And I knew I was getting bullied because, girl, I'm just... I had my bulgos on, my hair, and I would always read. Like, I was always reading a book.
Bookworm.
Girl, I was a big old bookworm. I had the big old thick glasses. I knew for a fact I was getting bullied. But let me tell you something. When you don't know, it don't matter.
It don't bother you.
So I walk around like I've never gotten bullied, but I just didn't know. I didn't speak the language.
Yes.
So does it matter? Were you really bullied if you didn't understand?
Yes. Yes, you were.
And then I went to a all-white Catholic high school.
Jesus.
Yes, ma'am. It was probably like less than 10% black kids there. So I think for me, I had a real identity crisis, trying to find myself. Because even when I came to the States, I was watching a lot of Disney, not so much BET. I was watching a lot of Disney, Nick. So I really became I related more to the white culture. So I was watching Hannah Montana, all these different things. So when I went to high school, I understood the Caucasians a bit more than my black folks, right? I was called an Oreo. But the crazy thing is, it was the white people calling me Oreos. Or calling me that.
Wow, that's...
Yes.
They were bold.
They were calling me Oreo.
They had Jesus.
Girl, they had the faith. They had something behind them. You know what I'm saying? Like the black kids, they weren't necessarily calling me that.
Wow.
So even, or do you talk white? came from the white people.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
I have never heard that before.
Yes, ma'am. I kid you not. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So like they be like, oh, you don't know this song? Bitch, you white as fuck. The Moon is telling the white people.
But you were at a Catholic school, and you know these little kids are always worse than the ones in like a public school. So that's probably why.
Girl, so I really was identifying like, who am I? I didn't really associate as being Haitian. I really didn't, just because one, I wasn't hanging out with a lot of Haitians, and two, it wasn't cool to be Haitian at the time.
Right.
Granted, I came towards that end of that whole you eat cats, the whole like Flag Day thing. I came towards the end, but it was still like that prejudice. You're Haitian, you're not cool, you do voodoo, all that different things. You smell, you're this and that. Yeah. So that's why I'm so grateful for my college years, because I joined Combi Creole, and I'm so grateful for that organization. Hey, Nula. Like, it really brought me back home. Like,
welcome home.
Girl, I was back home. I've never seen so many people so enthused.
Yes.
By themselves. You know what I'm saying? Not because their parents brought them to be Haitian. I finally learned how to dance compa after 16 years, bro. I could finally do a 1-2, 1-2. So looking back, I'm a little hard on myself, because I wish I didn't lose so much of my culture. Mm-hmm. Because that's the only thing I have. You know, I can't go to Haiti as much as I want to. Right. And it sucks. It's hard for me. And even now I'm getting older, I'm thinking about starting a family, and it's like, what do I have to show my kids? What do I have to tell my kids about my experiences, about my culture? Because now it was a point where I lived in Haiti more than I did in the States. But now I'm 24, so I've been living here 14 years. Now it's starting to be, I've lived here more than I did in Haiti. So I'm losing a lot of who I am as a Haitian woman. The memory, yeah. The memories, the cultures, the slang. Even my French is not as great. Mm-hmm. My Creole, yeah. But it's just things like that, you know, is concerning, because I'm going to start a family. And even if I marry a Haitian guy or not, I'm so proud to be Haitian, if and nothing else. So that's one thing I'm working on, and I'm being very mindful and aware of, and you know.
Yeah, thank you for your transparency. And I feel like it's still not too late to get all that back. Right. You know, you still have your parents, you still live at home. For sure. So a lot of the stuff you can still just be more intentional in the home, you know? And then just visit Haiti when you can. Right. You know? So, well, my story is in West Philadelphia. No, let me stop playing. I'm high off of this water, guys.
Not even drunk, high off the water. Just high.
So for me, why did I just get so loud? I too was born in Haiti, and a lot of people are really surprised when they say that.
You know how I knew you were born in Haiti? It was one day I wasn't there, but it was my e-board I was on for KK. We were doing the remembrance for the earthquake in Haiti. And we were singing a Haitian song, and you knew all the words.
What song was that?
I don't know. It wasn't the Sardinians. It wasn't the anthem. It was a Haitian song. But you knew all the words.
If I was like, yes,
it was something.
Yes, I still, yeah.
It was something, and I was looking at everyone like mumbling the words, but you knew everything. I was like, this is a natif.
To this day, I'm like teaching Sky these songs.
Good. And I remember vividly, because I was in class, I wasn't there. Patricia was there, he was holding the flag. I don't know if you remember.
I don't remember.
I remember. Everyone else was mumbling, but she was singing, eyes closed. I was like, born and raised. So
yes, so I was born in Haiti. I mean, a lot of people always like think I'm like playing around. Haiti? Saint Louis du Nord. So that's like by Port-de-Paix. You know? My accent only comes out like when I'm real nervous. Oh, I have the thickest. Like, what? It's so thick. But it only comes out when I'm nervous. But I was raised in Naples, Florida. With 239 dope boy time. Wait. All right, let me stop. So I was raised in Naples. In my experience, I guess it was somewhat similar to yours, but not really. So Naples, there's a lot of Caucasians there. Mm-hmm. It's a retirement city, so it's a lot of older white people there. There was a lot of Haitians there as well. Mm-hmm. And they took a lot of pride in being Haitian. They were like prideful when it came like Flag Day and whatever, but like they were still very Americanized. Mm-hmm. And they really welcomed me, so I wasn't really bullied much in school. granted, I had like a lot of cousins, and
she does.
I really enjoyed my middle school years. And my high school years were good, but I had joined like this clique that was like labeled as like a gang in like the system or whatnot.
What was it? Wait a minute, we need more information.
No.
Wait.
No, the name of the clique was USB.
What that mean?
Unstoppable Broads.
Oh my gosh.
At the time, we didn't know the word unstoppable was just one. It was one word. So the un and the stoppable were two different. We made
No. Wait.
And we were legit labeled as a gang in the system.
Stop.
We would come with like the
Colors,
the red tank tops with like USB on the back, and then our names.
You had a line name. What was your USB name? What was it? I know you had.
And then no, stop.
What was it?
Stop it.
G Money. What was it?
No, we're gonna look. We're not answering that question.
Right, we'll
we would
talk
have like the
about it off air.
sweatpants and like
Not the sweatpants.
with USB spray painted on it. Like we were a legit gang, and we would like wait for kids outside of school just to fight them.
Wait a minute, Gidna. Wait, how many of y'all was it?
Okay, so the original members were like
shoot.
6,
Uh-huh.
and then we kind of kept getting bigger and bigger.
Wow, you had initiation.
So we had like by the time graduation happened, there was like 10 of us.
Wow.
And so when I became a part of that clique, all of my middle school friends, we separated, we divided. So It was just like, well, you effing with USB now, so we can't F with you. So, I mean, I still hated that because I felt like I lost a lot of great friends. But I guess I was just still finding myself and going through that identity crisis and finding that acceptance and whatnot. It was okay. It was good. I still had fun, but I would have had loved to not be a part of USB and still be friends with them while still having my middle school friends and whatnot. So, yeah. But like in Naples, like the people you start elementary school with, you go to the same middle school with, you go to the same high school. So, yeah, by high school, it was just like, okay, you guys are no longer friends because USB is a threat.
I would love to see some pictures. We might post some pictures on our IG page of USB.
No. We was like legit, like there was this one girl, she was from Fort Myers, and Fort Myers is like the hood. And she was real rough. And sometimes you like getting in arguments and you're not liking somebody and you don't even know why.
Right.
But she had like a very dominant personality. So like a lot of the people in the clique would follow her.
Right.
And for me, it was always like sticky because I'm like, no, these were my friends from like elementary school and middle school. Like, I'm not going to stop being their friends just because you don't like the way her breath smells today. It would be like so little. But yeah, that's that. That's all y'all going to get.
So, okay, let's start going to college.
Stop it.
Post USB. Talk to us because getting a whole thug out here in these people's streets.
I was really a thug, but I was still like a bookworm at the same time, and I was still very much like to myself. So it was really an identity crisis.
She was the antisocial. You only called on her.
But I was the mean one.
I'm sure.
I was the mean one where it's like what I say was like very lethal. Like what was
your line name? Tell us.
Stop it. I would like really hurt feelings because I was so mean.
Then she called you what? Scissor lips. I don't know, because you just snip.
You're annoying. You're so annoying. No. Post high school, college. I actually started off at a community college because I didn't know where I wanted to go. I moved here. I moved to Fort Lauderdale. I went to Broward College just because I really legit made this. Well, first of all, another reason why is because my mom kicked me out the house 11 days after graduation.
She didn't want to do what USB Gidna no more. She was not doing with scissor lips. She was over.
So it was like...
You had turned 18?
I had, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she kicked me right out 11 days post-graduation. So by the time I came back to the house, it was just like, okay, well, I'll just go to Broward College because I have a lot of families in Fort Lauderdale. So I went and stayed with my aunt, and then I was there until my brother passed, and I went back home got my AA at another community college, and then transferred to FAU.
I remember you just appeared out of nowhere.
I did. I just
appeared.
It's like, are you a freshman? No.
I was like, who is this chick?
It's like, but that same year I like pledged and I did like everything. So it wasn't so obvious. Like a lot of people who didn't know me prior probably thought, well, she was just nobody before. Right.
So I guess this,
but I was very active.
Lead into like how we met each other type thing. So spring 14, that's when I remember meeting you. We had a class together. We had government class together at 8 in the freaking morning together. Yo, it was so tough. It was so tough. It was so tough. And you were going through your process. I was going through mine. And we had people in common that we knew. So it was kind of like we were linking up with each other. And we had that class together. So we would, do our assignments together. Yeah. And we had kind of like an unspoken bond. Like we never really kind of talked about what was happening. But it was kind of like, what do you need? Yeah, we just clicked. Yeah. Because we had class together. It was like, okay, do you need this assignment? We would meet up in the library. What's up? What are we doing? And, this, that, and the third. And then, you and my best friend became really cool. That's your best friend now, too.
Whatever.
Shout out to our dog. So that's when that became. And then you did another organization that I'm a part in. And then it was just like we always ran in the same circle. Yeah. But we weren't necessarily like the bestest of friends. Right. But it was like not bad beef. It was just like we didn't really
have a reason to really hang out. Right. But a lot of people that we were really close with.
Very close to.
Yeah.
Right. So it was always like, oh, hey, Giddy, hey, Gids, hey, what's up? So I think, I want to say this year when we went on a trip together in New Orleans, I was like, oh, Gidna hated me, okay, on the trip.
I did not hate you.
Know what I did to her, but
I did not. You got that vibe?
Yeah, I was looking at you, I was looking at Jen like, yo, what I do to your friend? Like,
really? Yeah. I misunderstood though.
Okay, like, explain. Because bitch, I misunderstood you like crazy.
Okay,
because I was like, yo.
No, really? I be giving off like the weirdest vibe. Like, did she tell you that it's just me? I give off this negative vibe?
Girl, it was negative AF, bro. I was like, what did I do to her?
Really? I did not. You see, in my head, I thought we were clicking.
I would say something and Gidna would have a sarcastic ass comment.
Really?
I'd be like, don't talk to Gidna for the rest of the trip. It was a longer trip.
Was this after you made fun of my wig?
I made fun of your wig because you was being negative, yes. I did.
Oh, so now the truth comes out.
Okay, I could have pulled you aside. I seen your shit like that before.
No. Really? I get that a lot though. Like my attitude, because I'm like so in my head, in my faces, if I'm not smiling, I automatically look like I'm mad or I'm angry. So it's just most of the times, like, I would give off that vibe, like, don't fucking talk to me. Like,
bitch, it was there.
I'm annoyed. But in actuality, it's like, I'm just vibing. It's just, wow. It's so funny because somebody else had told me the same thing the last day of the trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the other girl that was there, she told me that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Because
that's not your intention.
It's not my intentions. And when I'm when I'm out and I'm like in a setting out of state or whatever, I really try to put the best vibe out there and put my best foot forward, because I know a lot of people don't know me on that level. Like if it was Jen or Becky, they would have been like, bitch, whatever. She probably hungry. If I'm hungry, that's the only time the bitch comes out. I will literally cry if you keep bothering me if I'm hungry. But wow, no, bitch, I was not. Wow.
I would say something and Gidna has something to say. I said, why did I
Are you serious? Like, we were having some deep conversations in the car.
And it would be moments where you'd say something slick and I'm like, I thought we made progress.
Really?
Yeah, but one thing about me is I don't take things like that very personal, right? So I realized, like, some people you just don't travel well with. I realized that very
So soon. You thought I was one of the people you don't travel well with?
Like, so Gidna not going nowhere with me anymore. She's cool people. That's Becky friend. But she will not be invited to things no more.
And then you still invited me to the other trip.
Because let's move forward. Because you were in the chat. I was like,
let me take a sip of my water.
I was like, I hope she sees this Christmas and she says she can't come.
Oh my gosh. Good Intentions podcast. Y'all aren't finding this out with me. Wow.
I was like, I don't really want her there. That's little Becky, little friend, your new LB. That's my best
You like,
friend.
how the hell they put up with this bitch?
Girl, I said, they wouldn't deal with me like that, so how they deal with her like that? So one thing I know about Gidna is you have a really good heart. I knew that about you. And I knew because Becky fucked with you, I was like, that's my best friend. Becky don't fuck with people like that, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, because that's my best friend's best friend, that's my best friend's LB, I'm a...
And LS.
And LS. I was
and the godmother of...
And her child. I was like, I know my best friend very well enough to know that whoever she's fucking with is A1, right?
Yeah.
So, like, whenever I saw Gidna, it was always respectable. Like, it was always respectful. Like, it was, hey, what's up, how's Sky? And I loved watching what you were doing with your daughter. Like, I would always comment. So, it was no bad blood. I didn't take things very personal. So, it wasn't until, like, I did the podcast with Jesse, the Speak Up Network. You hit me up. You DM'd me. Girl, she slid in my DM. Yes, she did.
Wow, guys, I'm still trying to soak in all this information I just got. I was on the hate list and I didn't even know it.
It wasn't a hate list. It was, you was not shopping with me no more.
Wow. So they would have been on this cabins trip and I would have been like,
Snapchat. Yes, what? I'm like, we're going to do this cabin trip, but she can't.
And I also think, too, another one of my friends probably had you feeling that way, too.
Yes. Because of how she relayed the stuff that you're saying. And that's what you got to be very mindful of is what people are conveying to you about other people. Because people are only going to tell you how the other person made you feel about them.
Right.
So whenever she would tell me about stuff, I'm like, what do your friends say? Man, this is what she said. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so hard.
Right. So that's probably why, too. Like, when I made the comments, it was just like, well, I could see why she thinks she's a bitch.
Dang, why she talk to people like that?
Because I'm a very, like, petty person, too. And I'm very dry. I'm very monotone at times.
Right.
So it's like it automatically comes off as like she's being sarcastic or she's being a bitch or whatever. Wow. I didn't even know. My feelings are like hurt right now.
I think you should be.
Well, I'm glad it's finally coming out and you're letting me know, but shit.
I mean, so me too, I was like, dang, how was I annoying her too? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you
weren't. Like, what setting was this?
Girl, it was the whole trip.
Really?
You guys, so we went to New Orleans together. Just our producer's dying. We went to New Orleans together for Mardi Gras for at least 4 or 5 days, y'all.
It was a long trip.
It was
like
a long trip.
Wednesday to Tuesday.
It was almost a week. So imagine a week of dealing with pettiness and hurt. I'm just joking.
I'm glad we didn't share the same room because
I would have been like,
oh my
I would have slept on the
gosh.
I would have slept on the couch.
Yo, mind you, we're in the bathroom doing our makeup together.
Yeah, but I would say something about the makeup. You'd be like, oh, I don't do that. Bitch, why the fuck you want makeup lessons then? What you want?
Wow. I didn't even say it like...
so now, in hindsight, now I know you better.
Yeah.
Now, if we're in the same situation, I know what you meant, but I didn't know you like that, right?
Yeah.
So I'd be like, okay, I'm about to do this, that, and the third. Oh, I don't do it like that. Why are you here?
Well, bitch, because I paid.
No. I mean, why are you in this bathroom? Like, what you want?
That's crazy. This is like really good. And this goes right back to the podcast, like women empowerment. Like this situation, it could have went left.
Right.
Real quick.
Because even when you talk about the wig, the comment I made about your wig, I'm sure I would have said it better to someone I felt like I had a better vibe with. I'm sure I'd been like, hey, sis, you're leaving. That shit look a little crooked, you know what I'm saying? But because I was like, no, she already give me bad vibes. Bitch, why your shit look like that in front of everyone? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once again, like being very mindful about why you're doing something. But moving forward.
That's so funny because if I felt that same vibe that you were given, that would have been an argument because I would have came right back.
You see? And
I would have came right back for your throat. And I'm the type of chick, we're going to stop this car and we getting out and we fighting.
Bitch, you be as I don't know what I'm talking about, but it would have been something. Because
I would have came right back.
It was a lot of pent up things. And I was like, that's why your wig, I say, why your wig look like that? It look like a hat. That's what I said.
You ain't say it like that.
Oh,
you was just like, your wig is on your forehead. Come on. fix it back.
But
so.
in hindsight, I could have been like, hey, Giddy, a text. I could have done that much more nicely. But I think for me, I was like, no, she tried me enough. That's what her shit looked like a hat, and I'm going to tell her.
But I still didn't take it that way because I was just like, we vibing. I felt a good vibe. I'm not going to lie. I felt a good vibe. So it was just like, okay, we vibing. We've been here for like all these days where I didn't take offense to that. That's so funny how like
now we know like the different
the way that this episode just shifted. My nigga, I could have been murdered and not even know why.
No, Becky would have helped me back.
Wow.
Right. But moving forward, so once again, because Becky went so hard for you, I was like, you know what? I trust Becky enough. I trust my best friend enough. That's her dog. Out of respect. Just out of respect. But I also knew you because we took our class together. You had good intentions. And when I needed help with social work stuff, I always hit you up with classes, things like that. So when you hit me up about, I did the podcast and Gidna hit me up. She slid in my DMs, y'all. She wanted to talk to the kid.
Anyways.
Okay. So, and we had a conversation and we just talked about what we felt like we were lacking and what we wanted to share with other people. And I kid you not, that conversation the whole time was like, wow.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Me too. Wow. And we were just like vibing off each other. And I think one main point I mentioned to Gidna is that we're not that close, right? So everything we would bring up to each other, it'd be new.
Right.
It wasn't something that we've heard before. It wasn't anything that it's like you were there for me. We were in that process together.
Right. We experienced it together.
Right. We would literally process things when they get brought out to the same table. So now, like, the podcast is a little bit more out. I'm like, I'm doing a podcast with Gidna. People are like, where'd you find her? Why Gidna? You know what I'm saying? Because we're literally like two
opposites.
People. Yeah, we're removed.
Yeah.
But I think it works so well with each other. And we talked about that too, like that respect that we have for each other. We have a respect for each other.
We vibe. Even though she thought I was a bitch.
Bitch, I was like, hey, she not coming on this little ass trip.
Mind you, she was like, I was the first one to comment, like, yes,
she shit. Yeah, no, but mind you, when I commented about the trip, that was a little bit after we had talked about our podcast.
Okay,
so it was like, okay, cool. You could come on this trip. You know?
Wow, shit! I'm about to call right now and tell Delta, like,
no, girl, we going on our Caucasian trip. But once again, so I want you guys to be very mindful about one thing. I'm really intentional about is controlling a situation, right? So a lot of times you walk into a situation, you're like, oh, this person doesn't like me, or this person is a bitch. But it's all in your mind, and you give off that vibe. And instinctively, you act a certain way. You're not saying hi. You're not hugging that person. You're hugging up everyone else, but you're saying hi to that one person. Now that person feels a certain type of way, and now they're really going to act like
it's
a bitch.
It's going to be reciprocated.
Correct. So it's like that labeling theory. You create what you want to see. So now if you want someone to be nice to you, be nice to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, sis, da-da-da-da-da. So now they really being a bitch. Oh, yeah, you really being a bitch because you're a bitch. Right.
And I think for me, too, it's just, like I said before, like I've had this situation so many times since I was like a jit. Like literally every time, the people that I'm the closest to, they always start off just hating me at first because like, you're such a bitch. But not everybody can handle my dryness and like my realness, I guess. But it's like I filter it some. Like I feel like I filtered it so much. But it's like you even telling me this. And then recently I had the same incident with like a coworker that just got transferred to my location. So I'm like, okay, I still need to work on myself. You know, it's still, I have to be mindful of like what I'm putting out there. Right. And until somebody knows you for real, you can't just say whatever or move however, even if you're connected to the same people. Right. You know, you have to still be very mindful and be intentional about the energy and the vibe, and just me knowing how dry I can be.
And for me, I'm very on people. Like I'm very sumo, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like, you know, you're my dog's best friend. You're my dog's atlas. You're my dog this, that, and the third. Like, you're mine. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, it's like, we can't get any closer than that. That's the closest thing. So I was literally treating you like you were my best friend.
And I'm the opposite because I'm very reserved. I love my space. Right. So it's like, if I don't welcome you in my space, you're not going to feel invited.
Now, looking back, I'm like, that's probably where I rubbed you off the wrong way, because I would literally treat you like how my best friend treats you.
But I still did. It's so funny. I did not get that vibe from you, because had I had picked up on that vibe, the trip would have been so different.
And I'm glad it was, because we had a grand old trip. We had a grand old time, and I got over it. I was like, you're not gonna make her slick ass comments every time. You just got to deal with it. But after a while, like, we baby shark together, we got lit together. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, all I remember from us, like, I'm telling you, it's the deep conversation we would have in the car.
We had some great ass conversation. We were about to go eat that.
And
that
then
one
I'm
place.
like, okay, we're doing our makeup together, and like, I did not think of anything unless you came at me when I'm hungry. That's the only time.
I mean, we was hungry on that trip too.
That's the only time. But when I'm out on a trip, I isolate myself, because I know I'm hungry. Not a lot of people want to deal with that, and I'm going to start crying, and I'm going to go off.
And that's how I'm hungry,
the order of it.
When I travel, for me, I can't get too much social interaction. Like, after a while, I check out. Yeah. Like, I don't care who you are. I just need to be in my room. So, like, that one night we were trying to go play the games, remember? We was all sleeping, and they came and got us. I was like, bro, I just need, like, 30 minutes by myself to get it all together. But now... So, to be honest, moving forward, the podcast, we're really excited and really happy to be doing it. Like, our flow has gotten so much better. We're pretty much, like, we have the same views on a lot of different things. And I'm very glad we had those experiences, because it's like, dang, now I value you, you know, as a friend, as my dog. You know what I'm saying?
Now we're on FaceTime and shit.
Girl.
Early in the morning.
Girl, like, dealing with her Gidna's issues. My dog be going through it, bro. Laughing through her pain. Stop it! Laughing through her pain. But it just goes to show you that, once again, as women, as Black women, we're so, I don't even know if it's intentional, but it becomes like a competition sometimes. Like, oh, I don't like her, da, 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 da. But, like, we could all be, there's space for everyone.
Yes. And we can just have a conversation. Right. And then we can agree to disagree. Like, even if we had that conversation and it's like, yo, I'm not feeling your vibe, you would have off rip known that, like, my intentions were not whatever, however you took it, that's not what I was trying to give out there. But I know who I am, and I know I give off that vibe a lot. So I would have definitely apologize for that off rip.
And that's one thing I'm working on, is like addressing issues. I'm not an addresser. I just kind of take shit and I make my own scenarios with it. And I'm like, this is what it is. This is how she gonna act. She not going to no more trips with me. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I had that experience, because now we're here creating magic, and I'm so super duper excited.
And they can really see this is like our authentic selves, because like this episode really changed. Like, the trajectory just really took a turn.
But for the good,
But I think it was really good. I really appreciate that. I would have appreciated sooner, but I don't know if I was in the space to be receptive of that information. I could have probably took offense to it. Like, how dare she feels that way when I'm like being myself with her.
And I don't think I was ready or comfortable enough to tell you, because once again, like, I treated you like how my best friend just treated you, and then I felt, I have to say my I felt statements, that you were treating me this type of way. So now I went back into my shell. I'm like, oh, fuck her then. You know what I'm saying? But now we're comfortable. It's like, okay, I could bring this to you. This is how I felt. Yeah. It was not in your intentions, which I didn't think it was. But once again, like, you don't care what people's intentions are. And I think that's one thing I want to make very vocal on this podcast. Yeah, it's called Good Intentions, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your intentions are. It's what your actions are. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because you could have the bestest, greatest intentions for whatever you did, but the person is left with your actions. Yes. And the residual effect of that. So you could have been wanting to love and shower them, but that's not what they got. And no matter what your intentions are, it don't matter. They get the results.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I am shooketh. That's really crazy, but I'm really appreciative, and I really love this woman empowerment and just getting our points across without being rude or disrespectful. So,
and that's one thing I hope we could keep doing on this podcast, and just like addressing issues, and which I don't think there's no more issues, but like just even like differential viewpoints, which once again we don't really have a lot of. I feel like me and Gids, we kind of have the same.
It's a great balance.
Yeah. Getting under.
She just said I'm ratchet,
that's
guys.
The USB Naples 239.
Let me take back that information that I shared.
Just kidding.
Let me take back that information.
But we have very similar views. We have very similar backgrounds, and like, which is what it was very important for us when we have having those conversations. Like, even parenting, we have the same backgrounds on discipline. We have the same backgrounds on dating, things like that.
It's a lot.
We have a lot of things that we're very excited to bring to you guys that we really worked hard on, and we're so super excited to do this journey together, no matter how unconventional and unexpected it is.
And uncomfortable.
Yes.
You sit in it and you hear it out and you do better.
You do. And that's another thing. Once again, good intentions. It doesn't matter what your intentions are you doing better the next time?
Yes.
And that's one thing we want to highlight. Like, a lot of shit I was doing, good intentions, of course, but it was not being dealt with or received that way. So
yeah, thank you guys for listening to this very different, uncomfortable, and well needed. Yeah.
Yes.
Woo-hoo.
We'll have more of these
Therapy.
episodes because I really actually enjoyed this. And I think it's good for us to have these open conversations with each other. And I think we're in a space where we know we're not doing it to hurt each other's feelings. It's literally for growth. And that's one thing we're very adamant on in 2020.
2020.
We're so excited.
Well, thank you guys again for listening and just sitting in with us.
Yes,
be sure to like, comment, DM us our y'all letters, questions, and whatever else. If y'all want more of the juiciness, I don't think there's any more, but if y'all have any questions, be sure to hit us up. We will be waiting for y'all letters and just whatever situation you're going through that you want more opinions or you want our good intentions about.
Good intentions. We need a theme song. Good intentions. We got good intentions.
So, you can follow me at GiddyLoveJ1.
And follow me at QueenCast_X3. Don't forget to follow the podcast at Good Intentions Pod.
Yes.
And we will see you guys next time. Thank you.